Hi, welcome to Gamers Web. My name is Mark, and in this video I'm going to take a look at something different. I'm going to take a look at some things inside this strange orange packet. What is it? Something relevant to us. Let's check it out. Okay, right, so welcome back, folks. As I said in the intro, this is going to be a slightly different video. What I'm going to take a look at is some products that I ordered from Temu, which is a online marketplace, a little bit like Wish or AliExpress, where you've got lots of different vendors selling the same products and competing with each other to sell them at the cheapest price. And it's become quite popular recently. It's very popular with people who do arts and crafts, which is what prompted me to do this video. So basically, to do it, you get free stuff if you sign up. You get free discounts and stuff like that. And I got a discount that knocked £15 off my order as long as I spent £20. So I spent £20 and got £35 worth of stuff. So let's have a quick look. Now, all this stuff is designed, or I've got for the hobbyist among us. So first up, I'll put prices and links to all this stuff. Some of it may have gone up, some of it may have gone down in price since I got it. But since I got a £15 off it anyway, you know, I'm quite pleased. Okay, so my first thing up here is a cutting mat. It's good quality. It's an A4 size cutting mat. I just get my handy dandy Swan and Morton, and I think it's self-sealing, not exactly sure. But this was £2.36 or something like that. Really, really cheap. It's going to protect the work surfaces, which is great. And speaking of protecting work surfaces, let's just go over to the next one. It's not going to be a very long video because I've got quite a lot to show, but I want to get it done as quickly as possible because I've got stuff falling all around me. Okay, now I haven't taken this out of the bag yet. As you can see, it's quite big. Now, you saw the bag that the stuff came in. That's quite a strange thing for someone to send stuff out to you, you know, what looks like a beat up plastic carrier bag, but it was surprisingly well packaged, and anything that was loose or could fall out was actually in its own individual bag, which was great. Okay, so I'll just take this out if I can. It's actually sweating and stuck to the cellophane. Okay, so as you probably guessed, this is a silicone mat. Now, I do a lot of 3D printing, a hell of a lot of 3D printing, and this stuff is ideal. Put this down when you're working with resin, put it on. If it spills on this, then you can just wipe it off because it's silicone. It's very good. It's not very good for absorbing cuts, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Okay, so silicone mat, that was I think that was 70p or 80p or something like that for it's bigger than A4. It's quite bigger than A4. So let's move on to the next thing. As I say, everything here is designed for miniatures. So one thing that we get told to do a lot is magnetize our miniatures and stuff. So I got some, there's 100, well, it's meant to be 100 raw earth magnets. And again, I'll put the price in the description. I think these were like £3 for 100 for the I think the 3mm, and then these ones are 2mm, so they'll be 4mm, and there's 100 of those as well, the 2mm ones. So that was not bad, you know, like a couple of pounds for some magnets that I just dropped on the floor. Oh well, I'll put something metal on the floor afterwards and pick them up. Okay, moving on. This was a bit of a bargain. Now, as I said, doing 3D printing, you know, I do a lot of 3D printing, so I go through these things like they're going out of fashion. Side snips, good quality. They're beveled in, so they can get right up on either pricked or a plastic sprue when you're doing your models. They were £1.37, I think, something like that. Right, and I've got more things. If I can find where I put them all. I've got so many things. Okay, I'm not actually opened this one yet, but these were, I think it was like 37p for a set. These are saw blades for a Dremel. If you actually buy the official Dremel ones, there's lots of different sizes of them. The official Dremel ones are about $8.99 for 5. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for pennies. There's only a couple of pounds. 11 pieces altogether. So there must be those, and that thing is in 2 pieces. Yes, it'll be 7. Right, so again, going with our hobby stuff, they go down quite well. I've just put down something, I don't know where I've put it, which is my next port of call to show you. Got that much crap hanging around me. What have we got in here? No, that's not the right bag. Or is it? No. Right. Ah, there it is. Okay, back to the 3D printing. This is a USB. This is the most expensive thing that I bought. This is a USB rechargeable flashlight. As you can see, it's got very nice light on it, and it's also UV, which is perfect for getting in there and doing all your UV stuff. You can also, it's a telescopic one, so you can increase the size of the beam and decrease the size of the beam. And it comes with a rechargeable battery and a recharger, and that was $6.97. That's the most expensive thing that I got. And obviously, it's ideal for when you're doing detail work on 3D prints, 3D resin prints. It works out really well. Okay, back to our hobby stuff. This stuff is awesome. This was like £2 for a load of horsehair, which is not easy for me to say because I'm from Wigan. This stuff is brilliant for doing bases. It's absolutely excellent for doing bases. And I think it's like, it's either £3 or £2. Very cheap. And there's enough there to keep me going for quite a while. My next big project for 2023 is going to be at Vietnam. So I've already started with the Road to Hell Vietnam models in 28mm and 15mm. There's my 28mm US Special Forces. That's the next one, but I've got other things in plans as well. Then you may have seen these on your Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. I've not tried this yet, but I'm going to fill it and we'll have a look and see how it works. Right, so these are available from Green Stuff World at $14.95. And what it basically is a little reservoir. It's got instructions on how to set the thing up. You've got a little plastic housing, and if I can just get it out of the box, got a little plastic housing. It's good quality plastic. It's not, you know, unsturdy. And then you have all your gubbins, and you've got the instructions on how to set it up. So basically, you fill this with water, put this spout on, screw it in place, or push it in place. That sits here with the nozzle at the bottom, and you've got a little reservoir here that goes down, and because of gravity, the way gravity works, it won't just all pour out because there's a stopper that stops it when it gets full. So once it detects there's water there, it stops it. And you've got a little button here. I'll assemble it all and I'll show you how it works in a moment, once I've done the rest of the things. This little button here goes into there, and you assemble it all together. When you push the button, the water streams down, and you just push your bus in. Put your brush there, wash your brush around in this little divot here, and all the wastewater collects in here. Then when you're done, all you do is just take the lid off, empty this out, start again. Simple as the meerkats say. Okay, right, so I'll sort that out and we'll have a look at it in a moment. Okay, so next on the hobby side, I've got quite a plethora of these, if I can find them all. Well done. I've got one that's gone missing somewhere. Oh, there it is. Right, so as you probably saw there, that's a bit of a spoil of this brushes, but I'll get onto those in a minute. Okay, so this was £1.60 odd. This is a pen, but it's not really a pen. Take the lid off, very careful so I don't cut myself. This is actually a scribing tool. So what you can do with this, I don't know if it's going to show up on here. Actually, I've got one of my little pots that I keep sanding. It may show up on here. So you basically, as you can see, you can scribe away with it like a pen. I don't know if you can see that there, but that's what I've just done. And that was a massive £1 or 97p or something like that. But it doesn't just come with that. It also comes with 4 spur nibs. So you've got 4 spur blades altogether, which is bargain. And I think you could probably use them for getting mold lines off really fine details, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get one and check it. And put that back in so I don't lose it. And then we get onto the main meat. So as a hobbyist and a painter, one thing that I always go through is brushes. And my friend Roland just recently gave me some really nice brushes. I've been testing them out, they're quite good. We got them from my Kickstarter. These, however, a few years ago, I actually signed up with Wish, and I bought some brushes from Wish. And everybody told me, keep away from Wish, the brushes are terrible. But they weren't, they still lasted, I still got them. Right, so these are, as you can see, ultra fine nibs on the brushes. And I'm just going to quickly try and get in. There we go. And I'll get one of these out so we can have a look. And these are size 1, 2 and 3, I think. But you can see how fine the nib is. And it feels very good. Doesn't feel like it's going to cause any issues. But they're of different sizes, and they were 90 odd pence, something like that. And then in the same bag, we've got a number 1, a number 2, and a number 3. These are designed for panel lining. So you basically, when you've got your scored lines in your kit or whatever it is, you dip these into panel wash and then put them on, and the capillary action draws the paint off, the paint or the ink off the end of the brush into the grooves, and then you can do your painting properly. It's quite nice. All the brushes came to less than £6 for all the brushes. I've got another set here, which is 3 synthetic hair brushes. There are various sizes. You've got a 3, an O, a 1, 2 and a 3, and a 1. I think it's it. What is it? A 0, a 00, and a 000, and a 1, a 2 and a 3. So again, they look quite alright. They all come with a little protectors, but the protectors have come off in transit, which I don't think that's an issue with Temu. I just think that they've been sitting in a warehouse for a long time, and these things happen. But the protectors tend to come off these things quite easily anyway. Right, so really nice soft brushes. They'll definitely hold their point quite well. And again, very cheap for what they were. Now I can't see to put the thing back on. But that's one set of brushes. So I'll put those to one side. And then we have another set of brushes. Again, I go through brushes like it's going out of fashion. Some brushes I keep for years. I've got a couple of brushes that I've been using for over 20 years, and as long as you look after them, they stay quite well. As you can see, some of these have got the protective covers on, some of them don't. They're all the same size. So we have got these brushes here, which just for quick and dirty painting. And there's 10 of those, I think. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? There's 9 of those. And must be one missing. Oh no, there's only 10. So there's 10 of those. And then there's 10 of the flat brushes, and they're synthetic as well, very soft, great for dry brushing. These cost literally £1.20, which is about the same price that I pay for a makeup brush, because I use makeup brushes for dry brushing. So it was. I'm not going to do it in future. I'm going to be using these instead because it's cheaper. But that said, some of the drawbacks to Temu is, one of the main drawbacks is you've got to spend over £10, which you can very easily do. In fact, you can spend a lot more than £10 if you're not careful. And the more you spend, the more money you get off. So if you spend, I think it's £60, you get £30 reward voucher for your next purchase. And then finally, we have these, which is another set of brushes. These are ones with contoured handles, and they're all individually sealed. And I'm going to put all these through the paces over the next few weeks and months. So we've got 2 0, a 3, a 4, a 5 0, a 6, and then there'll be a 1 2, an 8 for some reason, a 1, a 2, a 0, a 1, and finally a 3 0. Right, again, the entire set of those brushes was less than the price of one single brush from Games Workshop, which is pretty cheap. Right, okay, so that's a quick look at all those. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly assemble this, and I'll be back, and then we can have a look at the brush cleaner in action. So I shall be right back. Okay, right, here's the moment of truth. It takes a few minutes to assemble, it doesn't take very long. You will need a screwdriver. There is one screw located underneath. Now, I spilt water on the actual top whilst I was transferring things over. You need to handle the unit before you put the water jug in, or else you'll spill things on it. So that was my bad. That's nothing to do with the actual unit itself. Okay, so I'm just going to get my palette. I'll use this as a palette for the moment. It's got a wee thing here that I normally keep my, what's it called on it, my sand. And I'm just going to grab the first paint that comes to hand, which happens to be Go-Fang Brown from Games Workshop. Not very much that I use, not the paint that I use very often, but this will do. This is just an old brush. I'm not going to use one of the new ones. I'm not going to use the Go-Fang Brown either, because the Go-Fang Brown is a dry brushing paint, like an idiot. Okay, right. We'll go for this. This one will do, because that's just short. That's a Ami Paint Metallic. Do a quick shake to get some paint out, and then what I do is put some on my palette. So I've got a wee bit on the palette there, and then I'm going to get the brush in. Right, so I've got plenty of paint on my brush, as you can see, and then all I'm going to do is run the brush along those wee grooves, and as you can see, it's mostly clean. Press this button, and then it just refills, and then you just do that just to make sure it's all right and all done. Now and again, we are now on about, this is the fourth time I've pressed the button, and there's no real spillover at the top. The brush is completely clean, no paint coming off there at all, which is great. And this does exactly what it says on the tin. Now, this was £4.54 or something like that. The exact same model on Green Stuff World is £15 for the exact same model. The only difference is the Green Stuff World one says Green Stuff World on the side of it. This doesn't, as far as I'm aware anyway. The Green Stuff World one says that. Right, so simple thing to do. All you're doing when you want to empty it, make sure that all the water is out of your reservoir, and it all collects in the bottom of the dish at the bottom. And you just pull the lid off, empty it out, clean out your inside here, and refill that with water, and then put it all back together again. And as you can see, once I depress this, it just slowly drains down, and I can leave it running so it can actually fill the bottom up. There we go. I'm just going to empty it all in. And that is now the water almost completely empty. There's a few drops in there, which I suppose I could get out if I just handle this back like that. But anyway, right, so take the lid off, and as you can see, the water's in the inside. Brilliant. Cheap and ingenious idea. I know it's a gimmick, but it's a gimmick that works well with our hobby, so well worth picking up. Okay, so benefits and drawbacks of using Temu. One of the drawbacks is you've got to spend a minimum of £10 to get anything. So it's quite easy to spend more than £10. Very, very easy, in fact. The other got avalanche going on. The other drawback is if you leave anything in your basket for longer than a few hours, once you decide what you're going to get, Teemu will start constantly pestering you. You will get lots and lots of emails, or if you signed up on mobile, lots of messages saying, you've got this in your basket, buy this now, so many people are looking for this item, or you're going to miss out on this, hurry up and buy it. And they're trying to give you the fear of missing out, so you go out and you buy what they're selling, which I can understand because they're a business, they want to make money. Other than that, it came within 6 days. Everything came that was as described. There are some real bargains here, like the USB charged. It's gone. I don't know how to put it. The USB charged UV light. That's a normal light as well. That was this one here. There it is. I just bunged everything on my other painting table. So this one, that was a bargain for what it was. I mean, very, very cheap, but it does exactly what it's meant to do. And it's also a flashlight as well. You can never be too short of flashlights. The brushes, they all seem a very good standard. They're not going to last forever, but like any brush, if you look after them, they may last a while. And the splash mat, perfect. It's just a silicone mat. That'll do really well. I can make use of silicone mats. I use them all the time when I'm messing about with resin. And the snippers were a bargain as well. It came so quickly that I was shocked because I didn't expect it arriving today because I only put the order in last week. And Temu have got a free shipping offer on at the moment, and they've also got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like anything or something doesn't work, you send it back and you'll get your refund straight away. Also, Temu have if it doesn't arrive on the day they say it is going to arrive, you get a £5 back for the missed delivery. They'll give you £5 back if it arrives a day late, and they know that the delivery's out. They know when it's going to arrive with you because they use track and trace on their deliveries, which works. Okay, so this is only a short video. I know it's 20 minutes long, but it's still only a short video. Would I recommend Temu to hobbyists? Absolutely. There's all sorts of things you can get, like flock and brushes. If you like action figures, a lot of the action figures that you can get in Japan and Malaysia and places like that, such as the Joy Toy action figures, are about £30 cheaper than they are to buy online here in the UK. They're about £36 instead of like 60 odd pounds each. So well worth checking out. Big thumbs up from me. If anybody's actually liked this video, because I've done this mainly because I've seen lots of other people doing videos, but they're aimed at craft people, and I'm not a crafty guy. I suppose I am, but I'm not a crafty guy. Apart from maybe my 3D printing could be classed as a craft. It's still a hobby. I'm a hobbyist, and this is going to make my life a lot easier. Rather than spending, say, 20 quid on 3 brushes, I've now got enough brushes to last a couple of months, and I don't even need to worry about the ferrules or the barrels getting full of paint and gunked up, because I can just move on to the next brush if that happens, which it won't because I look after my brushes. So as always, I've been Mark. Thank you for tuning in. Leave links to Temu and as much of this as I can in the description below. Check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. as always, no matter where you're in the world, stay safe, look after yourself, and stay happy. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.